Well, you will notice that all of the Expresso presenters are beaming ear to ear today. That's because we have been blessed with the presence of Makhaya Ntini, one of our greatest ever cricketers, but I think one of the proudest advocates for South Africa. Makhaya, I'm going to welcome you once again.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us for a very early morning.
No worries.
Let's start with what you do now. Now, I almost had to welcome in your two guns as well. Clearly, you're getting a bit of extra time in the gym these days. What do you spend your time doing now?
Now, basically, most of my time it's spending looking after the kids. Waking up 4 o'clock in the morning, making breakfast. Taking them to school. And then there are legal things. Like now I'm doing a Volvo. And then being an ambassador for Team South Africa, which is, something interesting.
Let's talk about that. I think you've always been an ambassador for Team South Africa. I think from your early days, your character on the field seemed to give the team a whole different dynamic. How important is it for you now to give back to the sporting fraternity that did so much for you?
Wow, it's so important. In a way, I get frustrated about sitting at home or go and watch my kid play. That, you don't have time to give that to the other kids, because you have your one, which is you always absolutely 24 hours with, you give tips, and then I'm always looking forward, to make sure that I can expand and do even more than what I do at the moment, So I think time goes by, everything will get together.
Are you difficult on the sidelines? Do they have to tell you to sit down and keep quiet?
Yeah, of course. Of course, but I'm one of those guys who don't want to be involved, that much, because sometimes it looks like you want to take over, but it's not like that. But you want to help there and there,
Now, I don't think people realize how much of a commitment especially our national cricketers have to make for that side. You guys are away for ages. You must know the rest of those players like the back of your hand by the end of that. Have you enjoyed having your time back, having a bit of, Makhaya's life back in your own hands?
Oh, yes. It's good in a way, because now I learn to understand my own children. Sometimes you get reports that your child is behaving like this, but it's one of those things that you've missed, in your, I should say, your kids' career, your kids growing up, But now it brings all up together. It's like I've learned them within a certain shortage of time, what they like, what they don't like, But I think, but the year goes, there's more that I will end up doing it with them. And then even with the rest of the kids that they want to be part of me.
Now, you've taken it on your shoulders now to be that ambassador for South African sport. What does that entail? I know we see you kind of doing promotional runs and living the life of a celebrity, really. I mean, you don't make it onto top billing unless you've kind of hit the top there. But what does that entail for you? Why is it so important for you to be that ambassador for South African sport?
I think most important thing, it's where you are. If you're not tied up, like most of us, you don't want to be involved with anything. You want to be in closed doors. I think for me, that gives me that time that I can be running around and play a bit of a game. And then for most important thing, being an ambassador for Team South Africa, and then giving back to the rural kids, those ones that they couldn't get close to you. And then going there now and being part of them, they enjoy the most and give them what you were given, but those they've seen you before. And then for me, is to make sure that I recruit, I bring the kids together, I give them the piece of me and tell them what life is all about, because I was one of them. I was
going to ask, because that was very much your story.
Yes,
I think few people know how far you had to come to be able to get your big shot. It doesn't come easy. You need a mentor. You need someone to inspire you.
No, that's one thing that I think I was blessed with, having people that they understand and they understand our backgrounds, and then I think now it's us, people that they've been there, they've done their all dirty things, and then getting to those then that they are so much in need and bringing them and then make them understand what life is all about. And then if you succeed in certain things, what can
You've proven it, that they can do it. Yeah. Now, Yanez is quite a tough taskmaster in our Volvo challenge. You didn't beat KB's time in the omelet challenge this morning, which I know she's probably going to...
Whoa. In that, before even you go
no
further...
Ball.
Nope. No ball. Yeah, I have to redo it, because KB used butter. And then I use oil.
It's
you
all
know?
in your coaching staff.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to have the right support, man.
You know, that's
Well,
the thing.
What has that been like? What has the Volvo Challenge been like? It looks like a huge amount of fun, man.
Wow. I think Volvo was one of the eye-opener. You know, being part of that team, you know, getting involved with them and driving their car, you know, and then being more exposed in a way that we always know that we fast drivers, but
within the limits.
Within the limits, of course, you know, of course. And then I think, you know, Volvo has done wonders, you know, for making me part of their group, and then test driving the car, driving to the mountains, you know, dusty areas, and then get to the, you know, the naughty Volvo they call C60, you know.
That's a wonderful
But I
machine.
tell you one thing, the XC60, it's the bomb. It's got everything that you need. Sport, comfort, the most important thing, and then you know that, you know, we can't drive our cars without knowing any little bits and pieces that you are safe in it.
Yeah, especially with the kids.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm going to thank Volvo for giving us the chance to see you on TV now on such a regular basis. Top billing tonight at 8 o'clock. We'll be watching. Thank you for everything that you do for South African sports, even now when you don't have to do it. I think it makes it all the more special. But what a treat to have you in studio, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to you two guys.
That was Makhaya Ntini, our very special guest here in studio on Expresso this morning. Now, if those of you out there feeling a little bit nervous about the big challenge, the biggest ultra marathon in the world, the Comrades Marathon, a challenge that I know Makhaya is going to be doing next year. I might find him out on the road. We're going to meet a father and son team who have got that winning formula. It's over to Liesel.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.